Ado Veli Podcast, the #1 Kenyan music podcast.
Mambo vipi everyone, welcome to Ado Veli Podcast. You're tuned in to the Kenyan #1 music podcast. This is season 4 and my name is Pesh.
Mambo vipi everyone, I go by the name Ado Veli, and as always, you're tuning to the #1 Kenyan music podcast. We are ready to serve you with the good vibes coming from the 254. It's a no shave November, so what you talking about? So nice and clean. On this episode, we are going to drop the hoods that are representing when it comes to hip hop scene. So the first hood we are going to focus on this episode is Dandora, better known as Hip Hop City. But before we head to Dandora Hip Hop City, first tungetaka kufocus on two artists. So who are they gonna be?
First is Scheme Music, and then we have Tonny Syumah.
So obviously, you know, Scheme Music, they're representing Mathare. And before you just get to, kama unatumia Juja Road, before you get to Dandora Hip Hop City, lazima upitie Mathare. In Mathare tunapata na Scheme Music, the duo of Jan Christian and Charles Slim. And after kutoka Mathare, we are heading straight to Huruma, aka H-Town, represented by Tonny Syumah, aka Mr. Kunta Kinte. So which songs are we going to play from these two great artists?
Kutoka Scheme Music, we're going to play the track called Kingdom, and kutoka Tonny Syumah, we're going to play the track Huruma to Dandora.
Awesome. Remember, these two tracks are very new. Make sure you check them on their YouTube channel respectively.
Let's interact on social media. Find me on Instagram at Penina_10, and on Twitter, find me at Penina101.
Man's already famous, so no need to at me, but you can follow me on the social media. Twitter at Ado Veli Radio, Facebook and Instagram is at Ado Veli. So we're going to jump straight into our destination, which is Dandora Hip Hop City. Ukipanda matu na journey route number 32. So hapo Dandora tunapata nani?
Sasa tukifika Dandora tunapata DSG.
So better known as Dandora Shitty Gang. Waliamua ku rebrand that name kwa sababu kidogo inaleta tashwish, so they had to just go with the short form DSG. Na unapata pale Dandora, and they're also kind of affiliated with Juliani Hip Hop City, the initiative that Juliani has, the DHC, better known as Dandora Hip Hop City. So DSG, ngoma gani tutagwara?
Tutagwara ngoma inaitwa kwa Masuperstar.
Yeah, so you know already Dandora wanasema ni mtaa Hip Hop City, aka kwa Masuperstar. Listen to kwa Masuperstar. And by the way, most definitely make sure you listen to these songs that we are playing through our SoundCloud, because we are not here on YouTube going to play them. So make sure you head over to our link pale kwenye SoundCloud and you get the full experience of the audio that we are playing here on this episode.
On that note, remember that the podcast is also available on iTunes and on Spotify, and head on over to our SoundCloud for the music bit.
Kwa wale wanatucatch through the visual, most definitely on IGTV ama on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get more content anytime as we drop them. So you can also find Ado Veli Podcast in the internet. Simply search Ado Veli Podcast and you'll find us across many platforms where you can stream and also download. Kwa watu wa matunda, aka the iPhone gang, make sure you give us a 5-star rating and review to help this podcast get to many people. So a brief history kwa wale hawajui kwa nini Dandora is known as Hip Hop City. Just to give you a brief how this hip hop movement started in Kenya. It started way back in 1990s, and the first successful hip hop group from there was the Kalamashaka, aka K Shaka. So in terms of showbiz or anything, these guys were the first to do, you name it, endorsement, playing in stadium that were having like 80,000 people, doing the first international adverts and all that. These guys, they have done it. So when it comes to hip hop and showbiz, there's nothing this guy they didn't do. So from K Shaka, and unapata such groups like Mau Mau came through, but actually it was first Uko Flani that came from Coast, ndo waliungana na Mau Mau based in Dandora to form Uko Flani Mau Mau. And you know, from Mau Mau is when you had the likes of Juliani and also Mashifta yenye ilikuanga na Kitusua and Jiwiji. So the new bread that you're coming in from Dandora is people like who?
We have Thayu Mwas and Elisha Elai.
Yeah, so most definitely Elisha Elai anatoka ile kampi inajulikana kama Dandora Music. Wamefanya kazi mob wakiwa pamoja as Dandora Music, but at the moment the guy who's active is Elisha Elai. He has quite a number of singles out here, and the guy is mostly inspired by Sako D from Ghana. So ukisikia vile anachana na Sako D utaweza wafananisha kiasi. And for the guy like Thayu Mwas, and I represent the camp known as Hotbox Music, and that is comprised of Esam Gavi and also man like Salim. So, and among other people in the Hotbox camp, Masao Lakini will forgive me for that. So that is it for Dandora Hip Hop City, representing route number 32. Ama kama unatumia Deka road, utatumia route number 42 to get you to Dandora Hip Hop City.
Tukibalizia, we're gonna play Thayu Mwas track called Puches, alafu Elisha Elai tucheza ngoma yake inaitwa Mwenda Wazimu.
Awesome. Before tupatane na Mwenda Wazimu kutoka Dandora Hip Hop City, as we support the wicked, do remember, don't drink and drive. Support the good Kenyan music. Buy the artist ticket to their show, buy their merchandise, and also buy their music. Veli podcast is out in each and every Friday of the week, so make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to get our updates as soon as they drop. Until next week, same time, same place, I've been your host, Veli.
With me, Pesh. Stick around for the next episode.
Inshallah.
Veli Podcast, the #1 Kenyan music podcast.